Right, this is the very last video for this chapter. I think so anyway. So what we have here is a situation where someone is leaving. Now, again, like the rules do not change as when we did chapter 7. We simply have his year end, find out any profits that are when I say year end, I should say his period end. Look at the person's period end. Any profits post after the period end that are just before the tax year are just added on, and then we take off overlap profits because you had suffered those overlap profits earlier on. So Ball, we have this scenario where it says that Ball's leaving. So Ball's, Fair, Globe, and Bobo have been in partnership for a number of years. Ball's not happy. He wants to leave. Profit sharing ratio is this, and Ball wants to resign at the end of March. So what do we have here? So these are the annual salaries, capital balances. So it says the profits for the year ending 30th of September. So he wants to leave in March. So we know that the 1st of October X16 to the 30th of September X17, we will just calculate as normal because we know what the profits are. It tells us the profits here are 180,000. And then what we have to do is sort of ask the question, okay, if he's going to leave in March, so he's going to be with us from the 1st of October X17 to the 30th of March, 31st of March. So Ball will only share in profits with us up till here, and then the three of us, the remaining three people, will go from the 1st of April to the 30th of September. So we need to split the profits of that year of 210,000 into April, May, June, July, August, September. So it's half actually, thankfully, thank goodness for that. 105,000 here and 105,000 here. So Ball will only share in half the profits here, but he will have, of course, his full profits in this period. So what I mean, and because it's 30th, so let me just change my pen color. So what I'm saying is that Ball, of course, the profits in this year will get taxed or will be dealt with by the Finance Act 1718, of course, because it's before the 5th of April 2018. But of course, any profits here as well all come before the 5th of April 2018. So we're going to add Bob's profits from here onto any profits he's made here, right? That's our target, and take off, they tell us in the question, his overlap profits of 15,000. So what we just need to do is move very carefully to make sure we don't kind of, typically it's here we would slip up in terms of the salaries, making sure you're taking only half of it for Bob, because if you like, and looking at the profit arrangements of the rest, because it says they'll be split equally from the three remaining. Although we're not really interested in what happens here, we're trying to focus on Bob. Although I think the question says calculate the profits for each partner, so I'm not going to do it for every partner. I want to focus on Bob. So I'm just going to look here and sort of talk about what's going on with Bob here, first of all. I'm sorry, with everyone, 180,000. So what we have here, when we look at this 180,000, is that, let's look at it. I mean, that's the first scenario here. We literally are applying their salaries as normal. That's Bob. The interest on capital, we have those two figures. Take that off the 180,000 and split the rest according to their agreed profit sharing ratio, right? And nothing's different, nothing special. Our focus though is on Ball, and so this figure here is 62,100. So Ball has up to the 30th 09/17 62,100. Okay, no problem. Then we have, of course, what happens after that. So like I said, we have to stop at the 31st of March because that's where sorry, there are two periods here now, right? So we need to halve everything. That's the 105 that I talked about. Halve their salaries. Ball's only going to get 10, and do that. And then of course interest, halve that. Take that off the 68, whatever take that off the 105, you have that, and then you split that according to their profit sharing ratios, and you can now get what is Ball's. And when you now add that together, I mean, he's getting nothing here, of course, in the last period. So you have 36,000. So now you have 36,300 in that last period. So this will get added on to this, of course. And then, of course, it tells us in the end that he has overlap profits of 15,000. So we literally have this plus this minus this will all be taxed in the tax year 5th of April 2018. And whatever rules apply here will apply to these three sets of profits. Yeah. Oops, sorry. And that's how we kind of deal with that. You can see that over there. That, take off the 15, and you have your assessable profits, right? And that's it. So I'm sorry, I don't know what's going on outside. Stop, thankfully. So please do TYU4, and that brings us nicely to the end of chapter 8.